Since 1973, Tattoo Charlie's has been an established body modification studio in Kentucky, featuring world-renowned artists and piercers, currently with locations on Preston Highway and in Lexington, a staple point in the tattoo community. Learn more at TattooCharlies.com. Set up your appointment today at 7904 Preston Highway. Our tattoos are done while you wait. You are entering the Metal Forge. I am Mark Jackson, your host, and you are listening to 100.9 FM WCHQ. And pounding out the best in Louisville metal for you. And if you've got a request, all you've got to do is send it to WCHQmetalforge@gmail.com.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Thursday. It's the Metal Forge. I'm your host, Mark Jackson, and tonight I have Goodnight, Carnage coming into the studio to jam out some tunes and tell you all about them. Also, I'm going to be talking to Sean Burton Saunders from Ville TV, and more than likely I'm going to be giving some review on some shows that I went to last week and gave away tickets to, like the Slayer show, the King Diamond, and Alice Cooper shows. But before we do all that, this is the business that I am in, and this is the business that Piranhasaurus is in.
Position rides a horse that is cold to touch, but the fiends of Charon begin to cost too much. Snuffed out from the light, and all you see is dark. He stalks you down the alleys as the hounds of hell will bark. Sunken hollow eyes, staring down the hall. He has no pistol on his side, so he's bound to fall. Reaching out for you with no flesh upon his head. Begin to wonder deeply about the fall of man. Gunslinger is what you see. The gunslinger. Time it tells on all. The gunslinger cannot be weak. The gunslinger. Pull from the side and draw.
guess me they're dumb to let him call the shots. Second he asked for you to interview him, I'd have shut that shit down.
Oops, I can't play that. I didn't realize it was that bad. But anyways, that was Black Knife with Graveyard Spider, Overload by Request with Gunslinger, Last Rites, and Piranhasaurus starting the Metal Forge. Gentlemen, how are you doing? I have Goodnight Carnage here in the studio.
Doing awesome.
Hello, everybody.
So, out there for Facebook land and Radio land, why don't you introduce yourselves to everybody?
I'm Scott Smith, guitar player for Goodnight Carnage.
Brian Rhodes, bass player.
Rick Fields, lead vocal.
And Dave Redland, drums.
All right. So, how are you guys doing? You doing all right?
Awesome.
Just awesome? You're not jumping for joys?
No,
you know,
I think
because you're
it's gonna
excited
be
to
good.
play in the next room here in a little bit?
Okay, we're above awesome.
You're above awesome.
We're above awesome.
There you go.
Fantastic.
That's what I'm talking about. So tell me about Goodnight Carnage, which is before I caught the thing here. That was what I was going to play, was the end of the Venom movie where he's like, if they ever let me out of here, there's going to be carnage. So,
Hey, that could be our call sign.
that could be, but it's got foul language in it, so you might not be able to use it.
Here.
But no, tell me about Goodnight Carnage. Whoever is the designated spokesperson or anybody.
We all speak. Nobody's really designated on it. Goodnight Carnage has different meanings to it. A lot of people will, take it different. It's not near what people think, but it's another way of saying, just good night to all the carnage. You can't turn on your TV, you can't turn on anything there's nothing but just terrible stuff going on in the world.
Yes.
Right.
At times it gets to be just too much, so it's like just good night to all of
Yeah,
it.
put it to rest.
Okay.
And that's the version we can say here on the air.
Wow. So after the show, you'll have to tell me the uncensored version.
I will.
So you guys are actually based out of Southern Indiana, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Whereabouts?
It's in Queensville.
Yeah, it's about...
It's Queensville is the name of the place. It's a small little podunk hick town.
Well, what's it close to? Is it
about 15 miles... west, east? 15 miles east.
West, east?
East of Seymour.
Oh, okay.
East of Seymour.
So going out towards like North Vernon.
Yeah,
Yes.
North Vernon is actually where we
Yep.
do most
Okay,
of our
yeah.
running.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with Indiana. I'm a Hoosier. I live
Right.
over there.
Yeah.
So just not that far,
Yeah.
for sure.
Right.
So how long have y'all been together?
Oh, wow, like high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're children of the 80s.
Nice.
Off and on. I mean, we was more on. We come a lot around the Phoenix Hill time. We was really playing a lot down here in like 06.
Okay.
And then we went through some pretty bad stuff and some hard times, and then so we kind of had a hiatus for a while.
Okay.
And then so we kind of took care of family stuff and, did the family thing, build houses, raise your kids, stuff like that.
Right.
Got all that taken care of. And then got back to what we love.
Yeah, the missing link.
And then because you just don't feel right when you're not doing it, no matter how far you try to separate yourself from it.
100% agree.
So we're back to
100%
doing it.
agree with
And
that.
this time when we came back, somebody out of North Carolina had our name. And so we had to come up with a new name. And so that's how we went on and everything. But it's a shame seeing all the venues that are closing.
Right.
The music scene used to be so alive. And it still is, but it's different. And it's all evolving and shifting, so.
Very much so, because, along with, the Tiger Room closing,
Yes.
Phoenix Hills closing a few years back, not only that, but, venues have shifted, like you said, because you don't have Tooligans or Cahoots anymore. You have Nirvana in that same place, and they've completely revamped the setup there. And same thing with Magbar. They've completely revamped the setup. So,
Yeah.
but everywhere's a good place to play.
Yeah.
If
you
it
play where you can play.
Yes, very much so, because there have been so many venue changes over the last even 10 years.
Yes.
From the recession period afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to watch it.
Losing a lot of
firsthand.
middle ground. It's either like there's low stages or high stages.
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing.
There's hardly. It used to be able to climb ladders.
Yeah.
At each of the levels.
Very
But
true.
now it's like the center is gone.
Yeah, from the ground to the cliff.
Yeah. Carnage Cliff.
So you guys, do you have any? You've been together on and off since high school, which is only a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Just a few.
1.5.
yeah, not too long.
Right.
But do you have any albums recorded?
Yes, 2017 is whenever we came back onto the scene, and then we released American Reaper, Goodnight Carnage, American Reaper, and that has done well, and it's on iTunes, Spotify. It's worldwide. It's done good. Right now, we're almost about 3/4 way on a full length, another one. So we're getting ready to go in the studio and start on another one and get that going. We're really enjoying the music that's coming up now. It's changing and evolving as well. So we're really excited.
Right. Now, is it with the evolution of the music that you had previously done to now? Is it more of like, because you got the 7 strings in the next room? Is it more of like a deeper tone, or is it just even deeper tone as?
The thing is, we play around with so many different tunings.
Okay.
So even on the new stuff, there's still going to be 3, 4 different tunings.
Right, because
But,
you make it work to what you need.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, but yeah, it does seem like a lot more of the drop C stuff, and then the B stuff, of course, with the 7 strings. So, yeah, we got a little bit of everything.
Yes.
And that's good stuff. So what typically is do you have I guess what I'm trying to ask is, do you have a set theme for what you write?
Nope, not necessarily, but I'd like we'll let some other guys here.
Not really.
Yeah.
We're all over the place, really.
And it seems to err towards the darker side.
Well,
Heavier
it's because
riffs.
you're. Well, if you were to put a spin on it, what I don't want to say, you're a metal band, but you're a rock band, metal band. What would you say you are?
Hard rock metal band.
Yeah.
Hard rock metal band.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Except don't look in my truck. You'll find a Duran Duran CD.
And he's not lying.
No, you got to do what works. That's the thing. That's what we just said a second ago. So you pretty much don't have a set path of writing. It's whatever the song makes it.
Yeah, it's kind of like just wherever it comes from, you just take it with whatever tools that you need, different tunings, different feelings, and
Right.
it just ends up working out. It comes from all different directions, I guess you would say.
Good deal.
So-
I like that actually because I as much as I like a good concept album, but I also like the difference of the emotional state of what I could go into for
Oh, yeah.
for each song on an album. That's good stuff. I like that. So what do you all do? Do you just who writes songs primarily, or do you all just go into the room and say this is it and go for it, or do you jam around for 12 hours on end? And,
Somebody usually has an initial concept they bring in.
okay.
Scott does majority
I'll
of it.
have a lot of it, and we'll bring in, and everybody else will lay in their parts, and it's the natural thing, as far as nip and tuck. Rick's really good with that on, saying more with less. Where I have a tendency to really run sentences long. Brian does this thing great. Dave does it. It all comes together really nice. So hate coming off and and saying so much, oh, it was my idea or his. But a lot of us will have, a lot of times I'll come in with an idea, we'll roll with it. Brian had an idea last weekend, like last Saturday. We got together, we rolled on that, and we got together last night. We pretty well got it done. So
Right.
basically when we get together, it's not really so much work. Everybody just does their thing and it
Right.
falls. And as long as we're excited about it, it's usually a good tune.
Yeah, that's what's
Right
good
on.
about all the years that we've been together.
Yes.
It's
You-
like
you-
we all know what's happening before it even happens.
Right.
Sometimes.
And it's one of those deals where you
Yeah.
can just it's like
Right.
You know, like
especially with the dual guitar
the radar
thing.
love thing. You got to wave.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's like the dual guitar thing. There's so many years between us. I know what he's doing before he does it, vice versa. We just kind of know how we play.
And see, and I think that is a wavelength thing.
Yeah.
You know, you see it with, you know, people like Dave Murray and Adrian Smith from Iron Maiden, and of course Yannick and everything.
Right.
Kirk and James from Metallica are like that.
The reason Scott wanted to get on 2 guitars, Judas Priest.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Big Glenn and KK fan,
Yeah.
It seems like it doesn't take us that long to all get on the same page and be able to hear the same thing that we all want to create. You know, that just comes from like just years and years of playing together. And
Right.
we all just, the love for the music that we all have is so just overwhelming. You know what I mean? It's like our whole lives.
Absolutely. So, if one of my favorite questions to ask on here is if you could have written any song or album, and I know you've already had this question before, and Dave, you have too. If you could have ever written any song or album from anybody else that is like this, oh my gosh, album, song, whatever, what would it be?
I would have to say right now, Graveyard Disciples by BLS.
Nice.
I've been stuck on that thing for like a month.
Yeah. Hey, if there's anything to be stuck on, it is definitely BLS.
Yep.
Because they're just so sludgy.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's so, but it's like, it's so good though.
Yeah, it does it.
So would this be a bad time for me to say Try by Pink?
No, I mean, hey.
That's a great song.
You know, I had somebody say Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. So
Another killer song. I like that guy.
I like that guy.
The guy who said that.
Oh.
And that guy too.
Scott?
This White Snake album, I'm still going to stick to that one.
Still going to stick to the White
'cause
Snake
I love
album?
that one, Still the Night, Crying in the Rain. It was epic.
Yeah.
It was your album. It's
I love it.
what you had to do.
And Mind Crime. I'm always so torn between it and Mind Crime, you know?
Yeah.
Mind Crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could.
We
Hang
know
on.
you did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
It's Canada. I don't know anybody in Canada.
They might have had a good
unless it's
question.
Bret Hart calling me, I don't want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dave, what about you?
Oh, I'd have to say maybe Metallica, Master Puppets.
Yeah, that was. I think that's what he said the last
No,
time
it's-
too.
Yeah.
It's
comes to
that.
mind.
Another good call.
Yeah, it's another good call album.
Yeah.
I think that's, you know, I definitely have the influence on that one as well. So
Yeah.
I love the starting with Battery. You know, it's just such a starting that acoustic riff is so good, and it's like,
Yeah.
I love it. So you, like I said, you've been out for quite a while. You took a hiatus. You did the family thing. Is there any particular place in town or even out of town that you just love playing? That you could, if you could ever play one venue for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, wow.
Is Deer Creek still open?
Yes, it's went through many different names.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're pretty fond of Phoenix Hill, even though it's gone.
Right.
Yeah.
But where did you like? Did you like the saloon or did you like the roof garden?
That'd be a hard.
That was a hard one.
Because
Yeah.
it would be
'Cause the
pretty
saloon
hard
was
pressed
so-
to get you guys in the tap room.
Yeah. The saloon, believe it or not, though, we started out there, our first show there, of course, and then we got to move on through. But
Right.
But still, yeah, that was funny. But
Promoted
anyway.
several shows through the
Yeah.
saloon. It's a fun night.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole.
I mean, the old one, I guess, the old tap room at Phoenix Hill.
Oh wow.
That's what I was meaning.
Oh,
we
like
started there.
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So,
Wow.
Classic version.
yeah,
Yeah.
just the whole atmosphere of the place. It's just
It's-
you remember that.
Right. There with all the stuff on the
Yeah,
walls
just-
and everything like
Just
that.
the whole feel of being in the big town and finally getting out and getting it launched.
Especially being from where you are in
Yeah.
Indiana, you know, it's definitely
Right.
a lot bigger deal.
Yeah, it's kind of weird doing good down here on radio and stuff, when we don't even get the station at home.
Right. Hey, but you can stream it on WCHQFM.com, and
Right.
But
you
like
can
the
download
old
the
days
app
of
or
Fox,
watch
you
it on
know,
Facebook.
Yeah, the old
we couldn't
Fox
get it.
days.
Yeah, we couldn't get it.
Couldn't
back
even
then.
get it, but we were doing good down here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And didn't know it.
What is your greatest accomplishment as a band?
Staying together.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Amen.
Yeah, the longevity.
Didn't realize how fragile it was.
Yes.
You know, whenever you're young, everything you take for granted
things
that
for
everybody's going to
granted,
be
yeah.
there, you know,
Right.
the whole time. And as you get older, you realize how fragile it is. So you have to kind of have respect and be able to carry yourself in a way because, you know, it can be fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People's feelings can get hurt,
Yeah.
and it can be
So
over
it's
just like that.
It's quite a thing that we're still together. you know,
Yeah,
after
it's
all
a
this
good
time.
thing. It's turned into a brotherhood, more or less. Or it would have train wrecked years ago.
Right. And it, you know, and that's a great thing to have.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those, you know, it's one of those great things that's just like I can get behind that, you know, and
Yeah.
and actually just get together and jam and put out music and have a good time, you know.
And do what we can do.
Absolutely. So when is the you know, back to the album, the new album coming out that you're
We're just fleshing out the songs, the newer stuff,
Do
and
you-
then we're going to get in and go in the studio.
do you have a date in mind or a goal date in mind?
I'm hoping late spring.
Late spring?
Like, you know, April, early May.
Okay. That's a good one to have.
Turkey season.
When is turkey season?
April.
Is it in April? No, I'm not a hunter.
It's the second
so-
Saturday for Kentucky. It always comes in.
Oh,
It
does
comes
it?
in
You
the
guys are
third
cooler
Wednesday
than
in
Indiana.
All right.
You know, how do people find you? I mean,
We're on Facebook, of
the
course.
interwebs?
Yeah, we're on Instagram. We also have a web page. I mean, if they just type us in, we're out there.
yeah, type in Goodnight Carnage.
Yeah, that's it.
And-
it'll come up on a lot of different platforms, a lot of different things.
Awesome. You can go to iTunes and Spotify and
Yeah.
type it in. and-
Reverb Nation. I mean, it's on
Oh,
everything.
wow.
CD Baby. I mean, we're
Reverb Nation's kind of like MySpace, isn't it?
yeah, it's so old
not,
school.
It's
I
old
know.
school at this point.
But I just tried to run through everything.
right?
You know, throw
Yeah, it
us in.
seems like it's popping up quite a bit on YouTube
Yeah.
recently. Yeah.
There you go.
Which
If you
thanks
can make
to
it on-
Harold
Thanks to
Garland,
Harold
that he
Garland.
does videos
Yeah.
and throws out there. And I'd like to take a minute to thank Harold for asking
Yes.
you to have
Oh.
us on. You know, because we wouldn't be
Hey,
here if he wouldn't ask us.
that's the
Thanks,
thing.
Harold.
Harold.
Appreciate it, bud.
Thank you, Harold. Yeah, definitely. Because, you know, if anybody knows any band out there that they want to get showcased on the Metal Forge, you know,
Yeah.
it's not just about metal, it's about punk, it's about rock, it's about community, it's about everything.
Yes.
So, and I enjoy having everybody in here. Especially, you know, the guest coming up in the second hour, Sean from Ville TV.
Yeah.
That's a good one, too. Since Ed is here, I'm going to ask this special question. Do you guys have a favorite movie?
I'm going to say Crossroads, not the Britney Spears version.
Oh, come on. That's the guilty pleasure. No. So Crossroads, like Eric Clapton.
The Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, Ralph Macchio.
Oh,
Steve Vai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve
That was the
Vai.
one I said last
How
time.
about cutting heads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Willow for 1,000. Jack.
Willow, yeah. Wow. I don't think anybody's ever said that. At least it wasn't Howard the Duck or something.
Yeah.
Dave? I don't think you answered the last time.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
I can't
I
remember.
remember
I
it.
think I said Jaws last
Yeah,
time.
because that
Did
was
you?
my second
Jaws.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always loved
And,
Jaws.
and what was yours again?
It was Crossroads, is what I
Oh,
said
yeah.
last time, but also Jaws was my second.
Ah,
He
so there
copied off of them, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
it's-
originality.
Oh my gosh! All right, so I'm going to play a song here. I'm going to check in with Ed at the Concert View, and we're going to get these guys going to get this show on the road, as it were.
Yeah.
And now, do you all have any shows coming up other than this
no,
one?
not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
We
Not
just got
anything
done
close.
with one a couple weeks ago, but nope, that's
Okay.
irrelevant now.
Well, I'll be in touch about that because I promote shows as well.
Well, good.
So, this is Punch Drunk, the radio edited version from Rifle.
I'm not bitter, I'm just tired. You're not broken, that's just the way you're wired. And all the warmth has left your smile. I haven't felt it there in such a long, long while. Punch through, make a fist out of your heart. The truth won't set you free, but it's a good place to start. You're so vain, you need this to be about you. And it's plain, the world can't turn without you. The sun still rises and shines its light on me. There's blood in my eyes, but not that much to see. Punch through, make a fist out of your heart. The truth won't set you free, but it's a good place to start. This time, the whole thing is a laugh. I meant it as a joke, not as my epitaph. The sun still rises, and I'm still home. You're the one with the great big hole right through that soul. Punch through. Make a fist out of your heart. The truth won't set you free, but it's a good place to start. Punch through. Make a fist out of your heart. The truth won't set you free, but it's a good place to start. Punch through. Punch through.
Time for the WCHQ Concert View, a service of WCHQ 100.9 FM and Hadley Pottery, 1570 Story Avenue. American made and locally made since 1940. Everyday dishes, wedding presents, baby dishes, and pet dishes. Hadley Pottery, open weekdays 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 3.
All right, this is your WCHQ Concert View for Thursday, November 21st. I'm Ed. Let's take a look at what's shaking and baking in the Louisville area this evening. All right, starting up here in St. Matthews, Jack and Lindsay are performing tonight over at Gersel's Place. Jack Klatt and Hillbilly Revival are at the Zanzibar in Germantown starting tonight at 8 o'clock. Galantis are at Old Forester's Paris Town Hall starting tonight at 8 o'clock. The Derbytown Quartet are at the Fish House starting this evening at 5:30. Tongue and Groove are at Air Devil's Inn starting tonight at 9 o'clock. Joe Robinson is at the Derby City Pizza Company that's on the Louisville campus starting this evening at 6:30. Over at Stevie Ray's Blues Bar, it is the Thursday night throwdown kicking off tonight starting at 8:30. Nate Tumis is at Merle's Whiskey Kitchen starting tonight at 8 o'clock. Over at Louisville Billiards Club, Shane Dawson is performing tonight starting at 8 o'clock. Oracle Blue is at Jimmy Can't Dance starting late tonight at 9 o'clock. Rhodey and Josie are live at Goodwood Brewing starting tonight at 9 o'clock. It is local female artist night at Levy at the River House with Jossie Lauren, Amber Steele, Molly Lovett, and Kristen Kearns, and that kicks off tonight starting at 7 o'clock. Acoustic Kink is live at New View Bar and Grill in the Highlands starting tonight at 7 o'clock, and that is your WCHQ Concert View for today.
This has been your WCHQ Concert View. If you've got a gig you'd like to let us know about, head over to WCHQFM.com and hit the icon at the top of the screen that says List Your Gig.
Head on over to WCHQFM.com. Look at the top of the page. There will be a bunch of tabs up there like shows and concert view and list your gig and submit music. Because, hey, without any of that, we wouldn't be able to be what we're doing. So, anyways, yeah, click the list your gig, fill out the questionnaire. Ed will get you on the concert view. And, gentlemen, are you ready?
Yeah.
Woo!
All right.
There it is. There I am. Oh, wow.
There he is.
Wow. For Todd.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. Do you guys have any more that you want to do?
Probably not now.
No.
Did you break a string?
Yeah, he broke a B.
Oh, no. Because he's hardcore.
Yeah.
So I guess that answers the question.
And that was a fresh string, too.
No.
Does anybody in Louisville have an extra B string?
That's called playing hard for the people.
That's right. So, goodnightcarnage.com. Search Goodnight Carnage on Facebook, Spotify, Twitter, YouTube's, Instagram. They're all there. MySpace.
Seems like we're everywhere, like a disease.
Nothing wrong with that. I get that. I get that 100%. Do you all have any shout-outs you all want to give before you all head up the road?
Me personally, all of our family, all of our friends that helped get us where we are today.
Okay.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody that comes out and everybody that's there, but also we know the ones that aren't.
Oh. So show up next time.
Yeah.
Any other shout-outs for...
You got a shout-out?
You got a shout-out?
I just want to
say hi to Mom.
Say hi to my son and my mom, which I'll be seeing here in 5-6 days.
Awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Oh,
yes,
thank you all for coming
much.
in. I appreciate you all coming in and
awesome.
rocking out on the Metal Forge. And What do you have, Ed? What do you have on deck?
It looks like on deck we have Incursion.
Ooh.
With Don't Judge Me.
Absolutely.
It's the Metal Forge.
Stay tuned.
Just because you choose to see what I
Hell yeah. Goodnight Carnage picks.
I'm jealous.
You're jealous? Wow, they're two different ones, too. It's like got a little Grim Reaper on there for the American Reaper.
So my ex-wife.
Oh, hang on. Let me turn you on.
Oh, you turned me on? Oh, yes. Yes,
Oh,
you did turn
now
me on.
now I can hear you. I could hear you on my mic. I was like, wait a minute, why is he so quiet? Ladies and gentlemen,
why am I so quiet? I'm never quiet.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to hour number 2 of the Metal Forge. I am Mark Jackson, your host, and I have in the studio Mr. Sean Burton Saunders. If you were to find him on Facebook.
That's me, yeah.
Do you go by the full name usually, or is it just Sean Saunders?
Well, it's a funny story about that. For the longest time, I went by Sean Saunders is my actual name. It's my birth given name. My middle name is Burton, which is after my father. My father's Burton Saunders, who is also a musician, who I attribute a lot of my talent to. So, as a homage to him, sort of, I go professionally by Sean Burton, but. Too many people know Sean Saunders and too many people know Sean Burton, so I just put them all three together and we're done.
Go. Well, it's just like, Scott, Scott Doug Cook.
Yeah.
Because he does that. It's like a big long.
Yeah, he did that after me, though. I'm sorry.
Did he?
I did it first. All right,
I knew something like that.
Yeah, he's not original. I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh. So, Ville TV.
Mm-hmm. Ville TV Network. That is correct.
I know it's been out for a while, and... I took a 5-year break from Facebook.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, it sucks. But tell the listeners and Facebook viewers out there about Ville TV.
Well, Ville TV started probably around 2012 when myself and somebody who will remain nameless right now. See, I can't even talk.
Rename nameless?
Rename nameless at this point because, quite frankly, and seen. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it, but I started a... you remember when MTV used to... I'm sorry if anybody's watching from MTV or anything, but you guys suck now. All right? Remember when it used to not suck?
Yes, absolutely.
So,
one of my favorite shows, I know it was a VH1 show, but it was Pop-Up Video because of the little...
Oh, little
blurbs. Yep.
Yeah, come up and everything.
Yeah, Gene...
well, do you remember, hard Headbangers Ball?
Oh, absolutely.
Yo MTV Raps?
Yeah.
That's exactly what Ville TV was founded on, that exact principle. We wanted to bring back entertainment news. I'm not going to talk about politics. Trust me, I have my live Facebook channel to do all that crap all day and irritate people. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be nothing but entertainment and what's going on locally. And it's just... I took about a 3-year hiatus after my divorce because of somebody who slept with one of my friends. Oh, and sane. That's right, guys. I went out with it. I'm sorry. And I know right now my producers and directors are going to... I'm pretty willing to bet my phone's going to blow up here in a minute. But after that had happened...
there's a guy, I'm a little bit of a wrestling nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Bischoff. The book, he has an autobiography, and it's aptly titled for what you just mentioned. Controversy creates cash.
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
Oh, there we go. If that's the case, I should be a millionaire by the weekend.
By the weekend?
By the weekend. Nice. I'm hoping, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. But yeah, so I mean that's all the Ville TV Network was started for. Well, Ville TV Live was started for that particular purpose, was to play music videos, give you news that's going on right now
in the local scene.
Yeah, totally local. I mean, we go regional. Obviously, we go to like Indy and Nashville and places like that as well. But I mean, we're trying to just keep it because Louisville is such an eclectic town. There is so much like food and entertainment. If you cannot find a party every weekend, you literally are just not stepping out your door.
Right.
It's not like you have to look for it. It's literally in your face every single week.
There's, the Concert View is a prime example of that.
Absolutely.
And those are just shows that day, that are on there.
I mean, trust me, I completely get it. So, I mean, I just want to try and feature it as much as possible. And we do it on the video side. I mean, when I started it was, I had webcams and really terrible sound and really terrible, transitions. And so about, I guess, probably about a year ago or so, I moved into Launch Louisville. We moved Creative Motion Studios. Let me back up a little bit and talk about Creative Motion Studios. This is something that we developed through Herschel Zahn of Renegade Art Productions.
Absolutely.
Austin Sheehan, Small Steps Films. We brought him in later, but Christopher Maggard of Creepy Attic Productions, J.C. Rositas from Crimson Knight Productions, and then, of course, myself and Bill TV Network. We brought that all together under one production house, which is Creative Motion Studios, which means that we have pretty much everything covered that you need. Probably about 7-8 months ago, I went to my studio one day, and somebody had moved into the desk next to me, and I was like, what is this Dark Star TV crap? And I started looking around, and I got to talking to Clay Luce. I don't even know how to say his last name. I don't think he's ever legitimately said, "Hey, here's my last name, Sean." So I'm sorry, Clay, if you're watching. Love you, brother. But
is it Luce? Is it Luce?
Lucy? I don't know. Either way, it may be.
He actually
French.
said "woot" on here, so he is definitely watching. So
I'm in trouble. He's going to cuss me out here in a minute. Watch. Oh. But no, he was there, and I was like, "Holy crap!" And to see his broadcasting system is just unreal. I'm telling you right now, he's got these 3 remote-controlled cameras he can place anywhere, and then now he's got a new wireless roving camera. So we've got this big rig that we walk around with. Our little camera girl Anna Jane, love her to death, but this camera's about as big as she is.
Oh wow!
But that's all
is it one of
wirelessly
those ones
controlled.
that hooks up to the waist, and you wear the harness, and you're just like...
No, it's not a Steadicam. That is actually a Steadicam.
Okay.
This is just the shoulder rig that we use a lot.
Oh, right on.
But and it's amazing because he can do live switching, and if you've ever seen Bill TV Live, you'll see all of his equipment there because we like to do the behind the scenes stuff as well.
Absolutely.
And so everything rolls in a box. He shows up, sets his cameras up, plugs into the for one of the festivals here. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can say it, but screw it. LRS Fest.
Yes, absolutely, you can say it.
He was down there, and we broadcast that live. We had mics. We were talking. We were interviewing people.
Right.
And so it is pretty much bringing the entire feeling of MTV back to its big main glory and stuff. I see you over there laughing. That means that Clay's just yelled at me, hasn't he?
No, he didn't yell. He goes, I think I like Luce. Like he said, let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
Nice.
He's French. He's very good for you.
This is good.
Which is funny. Pepe Le Pew, he was on the other day, and it just cracks me up.
That's funny because, network stuff and everything, HBO is actually coming out with a platform streamer as well.
Oh, really?
Like HBO Max is what it's going to be called. And they're going to have all the Warner Brothers stuff on there because they're owned by Warner Brothers. So.
Oh, well, imagine that. But I love the old Looney Tunes. I was watching...
because they're all going to be on there.
Well, so I was watching it the other day. There was this one where he was chasing a girl, obviously, as he always does. Where's the hashtag MeToo movement in that one, by the way?
Right, because it's
Here we go. And the phone calls start now. But, no, it was the one he was like, what do you know what they say? There's more fish in the sea. That's okay if you like fish. I like girls. I lost it. I was literally on the floor laughing my tail off. It was hilarious.
Because it's a different time thing, because you got to think a lot of those were in like the 50s and early 60s and stuff.
I know, and they were actually developed for adults.
Yeah.
It wasn't kid cartoons, but if you watching them as a kid, I loved them, and then watching them as an adult, I love them even more.
Right.
Because they are that much more hilarious.
Right, like, I say, boy,
beating the crap out of the dog is great.
Paddling the dog. Somebody who has a great Looney Tunes story is Ed, and he actually just left. But talking about how it's tunes like Merry Melodies and Looney Tunes, TUNES, like music.
Yeah.
As opposed to like cartoon, which is pretty cool. So it's like the subtle hints.
Oh, absolutely.
So I did notice a while back you all had done like the New Albany Barbecue and Blues Festival.
The Knob Festival, yes.
Yeah.
The Blues, Brews, and Barbecues.
Yeah. We had actually partnered with them to do advertising for that on the station here.
Yeah.
And you all went out for that, and you all did... You were talking about the festival itself and the barbecue and the beer and everything else. So,
it was great. And that again, that goes back to the capabilities of Dark Star TV. We were able to actually broadcast that, and it was fun. We got to eat a lot of great food. We got to drink a lot of great beer. Got to give a quick shout out to my buddies over at Floyd County Brewing Company.
Absolutely.
Brian Hampton and his wife have been major supporters of my network and Creative Motion Studios for about 3 years now. When we actually filmed a TV pilot over there starring, wait for it, Vernon Wells. You remember Vernon Wells?
The name sounds familiar.
I love when people say that because when I tell you what movie he's in, you're going to go, holy crap, that is him. One of which was Road Warrior Mad Max.
Oh.
Okay. He's Wes with the red mohawk.
Oh, okay.
He's in Commando. He played against Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, the Bennett, the really bad guy.
Yeah.
Weird Science. He's been in Inner Space. And I actually just watched him on an episode of Knight Rider, 4th season, called Hill on Fire.
Interesting.
See,
I'm going to do this. I'm gonna, as they say, throw it in the Google machine here.
Well, you have to. Vernon Wells is, and luckily he's a very good friend of mine, and that was a project we worked on with him, and then I had one before that. It's going to remain nameless because, quite frankly, the guys that did it can go suck it. But the one we're doing after that is called For the Love of My Daughter, and that's
I know exactly. I know who that guy is.
Of course, once you see him, it's like, oh yeah, he was like the iconic '80s bad guy.
Right. Yeah. He actually is. Yeah. Yeah. There he is in Commando, where he's wearing, or not Commando. Is it? Yeah, it's Commando, where he's wearing like the chainmail.
Yeah, the chainmail vest, exactly.
Yeah, and he's got the Mohawk in Mad Max and everything.
And then they revised that character in a Weird Science version of it when he was a guy that comes in and.
Right.
You know, it's funny because I never got him to do it, but it's, you know, it was the one line where he goes, you know, how come 2 unpopular like you is having a party? And I could never get him to do that. And then when we were on the set of Devetra, which is the series that we did, I actually got him to do it on film. And it was like the happiest day of my entire life.
Seeing it's stuff like that makes the difference.
Well, Vernon Wells is a great guy. He's brought on the producer, and he's also got a major role in this new one, For the Love of My Daughter, with Creepy Attic Productions, Renegade Art, and of course myself. Directors Herschel Zahn and Chris Maggard are going to be doing this. Going to film in Kentucky. And it's basically something that a lot of us, it's almost taboo we don't talk about, but with all the crap going on, and Epstein didn't kill himself, all the crap going on in the, see what I did there?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All that crap going on, though, nobody talks about sex trafficking and stuff like that. And this movie specifically covers that. It's after a true story about what happens when a father finds out that his daughter's being in the sex trafficking industry and what he does.
Oh, wow.
Basically kills a lot of people.
Right.
So it is actually based on a true story.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and, you said it was going to be directed by Herschel Zahn?
Herschel Zahn and Christopher Maggard, they're going to do it
because
together.
Herschel's ridiculous.
Oh, he's
ridiculously good. If you ever go to GalaxyCon is this weekend, I'm sure he's going to be going.
He will be there. He's actually going to be there as Green Arrow for the CW. So.
You will probably just for the listeners out there, you won't recognize him. Seriously, you'll see Green Arrow, but you'll think, wow, that's a really good Green Arrow costume. Yeah. You'll never know that it's Herschel.
Yeah, he's always in character. So.
Yeah, he last year on the Saturday he was Tony Stark, and
was he Iron Man or was he Tony Stark?
Well, he was Iron Man, but he did have the glasses on when he would take the helmet off, and it would be he would be like Tony Stark head and he was actually, oh yeah, Friday, could you do this please? And just like totally going after it. He was walking around with his handler for that show was Jason. So
oh well, we all know that went completely wrong, but
yes, because he, I see his stuff with the Jason, the Poetry of the Dead music videos.
Oh yeah,
they're just oh my gosh.
I have produced, luckily I've been blessed enough to produce 2 of his videos so far, and we have more lined up. So, and that's what I do. I'm always a producer in the background.
Yeah.
I make sure that my guys have what they need. And I have been blessed with the people that I have right now and the projects that I've gotten to work on. Herschel's been kind of a mentor to me, but he will tell you, and I'm not bragging on myself, but what the hell, I'm going to do it. Nobody else is going to do it for me. So, I mean...
It's not bragging, it's promotion.
Exactly. But I will promise you that if you need something, 98% of the time I will come through. That's why people hire me. That's why people want me to do this stuff. And again, yes, I'm tooting my own horn, Facebook. That's right. Get over it.
And then, like I said, it's not that, but it's promotion of your brand at that point. Because we both operate in an industry where that's needed. Whether it be the music aspect or the TV aspect, things have to happen to get from A to B, and you need people out there to get from A to B.
Well, that's the thing. People don't. I think. Now, this is something that Herschel says. He says, if I had. he says personality, but I like to think more of tenacity. He said I would be in Hollywood making films. He's actually a very shy guy. Until it's time for him to perform, then he's all over. But when it comes to doing this background, we shot De Vertrag. If you watch that series right now, it's on YouTube. We shot that on a zero budget. I got a $5 million plane. I got $180,000 worth of police SUVs donated. I got the use of an airport. I had the whole downtown New Albany at our disposal. I mean, I took Vernon Wells to meet the freaking mayor, for God's sakes. I mean, it's just, I don't care to ask.
Right. Because ultimately, what's the worst thing you can say is no, or well, here's these forms and stuff you have to fill out, and I'm
just like, give me the forms, I'll take care of it. But the thing about it is that you just have to be tenacious. You have to make sure that because out of every 9 no's you're going to get that one yes.
Right.
Just be persistent.
That's all you have to be.
I have to be. I'm an old man. I mean, it's really hard getting a date these days.
Wait a minute. Hang on. I'm doing the math here. It's like, is that what this is about? No.
Oh, it is totally. By the way, I am single and looking, ladies. So no, I'm just joking. But I am single because I was married and it didn't work out. Right. 2 times it didn't work out for me.
3rd time's a charm.
I ain't doing it. I'm done. If you're looking for Mr. Right, I'm not him. If you're looking for Mr. Right now,
he is definitely him.
Bring it on. I mean, I'm right here, right now.
So, this has always been my thing with, because I've known you a long time at this point. We've played shows together for the last forever. I've always thought you had this strange resemblance to Nikki Sixx. I'm sorry. I have to do this. So it's I was going to ask, are you going on tour next year?
Let me tell you something right now. Nikki Sixx wished he looked this good.
Oh, that's true. I will say true. Oh.
No, I have actually been out of the music scene for the past couple of years.
Right.
I had a very bad breakup with a band who will remain nameless because they're just not going to get any promotion from me. Although I do play them on my show, so who gives a crap? I was with 2 Pump Chump, and it ended up being a bad breakup. They ended up getting rid of me for, I don't even know why. Let's just put it out on the table. Scott Cook, tell me why I was the one that you let go.
Right.
But see, and it burned me for a while. I mean, it was between that, my divorce, and then I losing my station. I mean, I went into a very bad depression. And I don't care to talk about this publicly. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for people to go, oh, poor Sean. No, it's not that. But I've been through it, and I know people are going through it now.
Absolutely.
We reach out all the time and just if you're feeling suicidal, God, just call me. Send me a message.
Anybody, same thing here. If you need anybody to talk to, my Facebook page, my phone number is on there. You can call. You can do whatever.
I tell people that all the time, and it's, depression's a terrible thing. A lot of people go through it, especially in this industry.
Very.
There's a lot of letdowns. If you've been in the entertainment industry for more than a day, you've been let down at least 20 times. And mine is, it's astronomical. But you got to keep pushing forward. You got to keep striving. And that's why the people in my network, in Creative Motion Studios, all these guys, they push me to be better every single day. They're always thinking about here. For those that are just listening to the radio, my hand's only up to about my eyebrow. Now my hand's all the way up above. But this is where I'm always thinking. Because you can be here if you want.
Right.
But I'm always going to be up here.
Yeah, you got to push for the highest plateau. What you think you're worth and what you think you can achieve. Push for that, because nobody's just going to hand you anything.
Absolutely not.
It's it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you get hit. Like the Rocky thing. You keep moving forward.
That was that's funny. It's funny you mention that because I use that line all the time.
It's
brilliant.
Yes, yes.
It is one of the best. I think one of the best cinematic monologues in a long time.
Yeah,
because it says so much. It's not about how hard you hit the floor. It's about how hard you hit back. Are you getting back up?
Yeah. Are you get it? You get knocked down 9 times, you get up 10.
Exactly. That's what and trust me, I have been knocked down 20 times, and I'm on 21 when I'm coming right back up. So stand in my way. I don't care. And another thing.
Yes, sir.
I realize the older I get, the less I give a crap what people think of me. Therefore, I live a much happier life.
Yeah, that's, and I can relate to that because, I've always been in that situation where, in my aspect of the music scene have always been in a, in that,
oh yeah,
that those guys, and, and I don't care, because I'm going to do what I want to do because I like doing it,
Exactly.
So that's all that's all you can.
Well, I tell people all the time, you can either stand in my way or you can jump on the bus. You can either get run over or you can take the ride. It doesn't matter.
Right.
See, I run the company like I'm the president of Creative Motion Studios because I have to answer to the board, which is all the companies there. They are the board members. But I own Ville TV Network. So I tell people all the time, think of Ville TV Network as, well, think of it as like the new A&E or the new MTV. If you have content, bring it to us. Let's build this brand. But if you don't want to, don't really care.
That is really loud.
Ow.
It's like all hell's breaking loose outside, man.
Yeah, it probably is. Somebody heard me talking and thought I was threatening somebody, so the cops are on their way. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just saying, stand in my way, and I'll just run through you. I don't care.
Right. You're either on the bus or off the bus.
And that's the only way you can run it. Like, I run any company that, that I'm running or that I'm in charge of or whatever however you want to call it. I mean, I treat it like a military operation. Very simple. You have a battalion and you have your companies. Okay, your battalion's your upper echelon. They're the ones that are making all the big decisions. Your company's the one that's making all the stuff happen that you just made the decision on.
Right.
So, like for instance, Ville TV Live with Ashley Baker very well.
Absolutely, she's been on the show several times.
She is just wonderful. I love her to death. She's my TV soulmate is what I call her. And then Tyler Brown, Tyler the Webmaster, downtown Tyler the Webmaster Brown. Hope he's watching right now because he actually said that during one of the shows is downtown Tyler Brown. And I was like, oh my, we are totally going MTV. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But, and his food reviews are just, are booming right now. I mean, the people are just really like, oh, well, what's Tyler bringing on today? I've got to see it.
He has such he has a charisma. It's an offhanded charisma where he's just like, anyway, this is about what I'm talking. This is what I'm going to do today. And the way he's like holding the mic and he's just kind of like sitting there, and he's so entertaining to watch because you're like, and then at the end of it, you're like, you know what? I want to try Goodwood Brewing, and
exactly.
It's like because it's like.
It's just nonchalant.
It's the everyday guy just sitting there telling you, "Hey, man, you should try this out," or this is a pretty good deal, and that's how he's selling it, and it works, and it's great.
Yeah, so, I mean the whole thing in there, and of course we got the Colonel Clay. He comes on with his news and his. I always get nervous when he picks something to put on the show because I'm just like, okay, so you get this and you get this side of the show. And I'm always nervous because I never know what he's going to put on there.
Oh, wow.
But he does do a lot of bleeping, so I am appreciative of that.
Right.
He is who he is. So, and it's great because we have so many personalities on the show. And if you watch the live show, you can see my crew. They're yelling back at me. We're laughing at each other. We're drinking beer. We're just having fun.
Right, and now it is streamed live. Is that correct?
Every Sunday at 6 p.m. we do stream live. Yes,
unless there's a hiccup and it might be at 7 one night,
or a couple nights. Right. There's plenty of hiccups that happen.
Anything live, the excitement of live is so much better.
And I think that's what it is. You get that organic feel. Yeah, we mess up a little bit, but who cares? It's fun. We're having a good time. We're cracking jokes at our crew and everything. But, I mean, I have an amazing crew. My floor producer, David Waite. My director, Chris Pearson. Of course, Chelsea Ryan, the audio engineer. Anna, our camera operator. We have a full crew that, without fail, every Sunday, they are there.
Right.
And working their tail off.
And you all have a common goal. You want to see
absolutely.
You want to see it succeed. And there's nothing greater than that.
And that's what it boils down to. It's everybody's creating towards one goal. That's how a company runs. See, you all have to get to this objective. You have to get there together. But you have obstacles. So the only one thing I know to do with obstacles is blow them up.
Right.
So you blow them up and you go through those obstacles. I'm not going to blow anything up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just using this as a metaphor. But you have to get through that obstacle. But once you get through that obstacle, you're going to start taking hit from enemies. So you're going to have guys that go down. You got to go back and pick them up. You got to go get them recharged, regenerate. You got to get them back into the game. And then we hit that objective altogether, because just one person just takes off and hits the objective like, ooh, I'm here by myself. Well, guess what? Now you got no support system. So you're at the objective right now. Good for you. We're all still back here doing the work to get up there, and you're not doing a thing. So
right. Because everybody's, it's like the thing. Got on the bus or off the bus.
Exactly.
And you all got to be on the bus at the same time.
That's the only way that it's going to work.
So where do you see Ville TV going?
Well, for right now, now our season finale is next Sunday, so we are actually going to take off the rest of November into December, and then we'll come back in January. But you can see it on our Facebook channel, which is Ville TV Network. I mean, it's pretty simple, like Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky.
The Deacons of Doom were in here last week, and they called it Loserville. Loserville, Kentucky.
How dare they?
I don't know.
They're never going to get a play on my. Don't be dissing my town.
No,
I'm joking.
Think they were
I'm kidding
for sure.
I'm just joking around.
So, where do you see Ville TV going? Is what obviously you're doing the YouTube and it's live. Do you have a plan to maybe, I don't know, go to an actual broadcast station, or maybe get because I know commercial TV is what it is.
Oh, that won't happen.
Yeah, I mean, unless you get millions of dollars in sponsorships, that's pretty well what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, what about something like PBS, like Corporation of Public Broadcasting, stuff like that?
I would like to say yes one day, but I don't think they can handle Ville TV.
Really?
And here's why.
Because you don't have the. Well, on this episode of Antiques Roadshow,
exactly,
we're talking about harmonicas.
No, instead you got me over here going, holy crap, we're live out here at the Knob Festival.
Right.
That's what you got me doing. So, but, no, and I'm not saying anything bad about network television or anything like that, but let me put it to you this way, okay? We are in talks right now with possible app development. Where it's
you guys are going to get put on Disney Plus, aren't you?
There we go. Damn, the cat's out of the bag, guys. There it is.
Yes.
There's a secret I've been trying to keep.
Oh, and I ruined it. But I have a good habit of doing that.
Yeah, you ruined it. You just ruined it.
Oh. So you're at app development.
Yeah, I mean, I can't give too much away right now because we are in the prenatal, we're going to call it, stages of it.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of meetings happening, and so we're hoping to, there's another station out here that has their own app, and you basically just click on it. I think you guys even have an app, right?
Yes, we
click
do.
on it, and you just basically hear the live stream. Well, it's going to be the same type thing, except we're going to be playing videos 24/7.
Oh, wow.
With commercials and different shows, different content, stuff like that. Commercials locally, obviously, and stuff like that. And, even regional, even worldwide. I mean, with the app being worldwide, we should be able to, capitalize on that. But again, that's much further down the road. The development right now is that it will be happening soon. I just can't say when exactly.
And that's all you can do.
Yeah, it's a new company. They're coming out, and they like our content. They like what we're doing.
Let me give you my card.
I tell people all the time, you are more than welcome to come to my network. Just know that I'm the big cheese.
Right. And why wouldn't why wouldn't
I mean, we're not going to have little people wrestling on the network. It's just, it doesn't work.
Right. I mean, I don't think it works anywhere anymore.
It really doesn't.
Because of,
because you can't say midget anymore, and that's just that's half the fun
part
of
that it. And that's part of that deal.
Exactly. Everybody's too sensitive nowadays.
That's exactly what you need to do. You need to partner with an independent, not like Ian Rotten or nobody, IWA, nothing like that garbage. Partner with an independent wrestling company in like the area, and there you go.
Well, I mean, we could, I guess.
You could, yeah. Hey, it gets good.
I mean, I have covered so much.
Viewership.
Well, since I've covered so much, and we get so many views. The great thing about what we're doing now is that we're averaging about 2,500 views in like 3 hours.
Wow!
On our live shows, which is unbelievable. Mostly in part to Clay and his marketing abilities. But, I mean, when you look at what Clay has and what Darkstar TV brings to the table, we're every bit as good as any local television station, if not better, because, well, we don't have FCC regulations or anything like that. But we also just have, I mean, the quality is there. And
that's what makes the difference.
Absolutely.
The quality is the difference. You know, what's the saying, the proof is in the pudding kind of thing.
Absolutely.
And, you know, having a good content setup, having a good quality setup with that is totally going to be where it's at.
Yeah.
You know?
And the thing that, you know, most of the technology nowadays has, you know, microsized, if you will, in a way, and it's made it much easier for I don't want to say the common man, but it's a way for us to take what we are doing and just make it that much better. Because, I started with webcams and a terrible overhead mic, and it was awful. I mean, the first, you know, remnants of Ville TV Live was awful, but I was doing it.
Right, and that's what...
So
I dated somebody one time who she had told me, you know, because I was like, you know, I always wanted to make an independent film or whatever, but I never had the ability to do so because I never was able to get like a decent camera. I blamed it on the medium at that point, you know, because I've got this thing. It's like, you know, the XLR2, you know, it's such a good camera and everything, so on and so forth, and she had actually said, he's like, you know, don't cop out on the equipment. If you have a goal, even if you have a high 8 camera, just shoot it and go and edit it and go, because you only have that time. You can only work with what you have.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you do it, then bam, there it is.
Well, if you look back on Herschel, most of his stuff, you know, for instance, if I'm not mistaken, Girl Number 3, which is on Amazon Prime now, Girl Number 3, and then there's another one, I can't remember, A Wish for the Dead. Those were all done on cameras. You know, nothing like what he has now. He has like 4K stuff now.
Right.
But these were all done on just, you know, what he had. And they're great. And that's the thing about it. As long as you can create a story and you can create a plot, it doesn't really matter. If somebody does nothing but look at your film and say, "Oh, that camera looks grainy," cool, mission accomplished. At least I succeeded.
Yeah, because somebody watched it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, and I thought about that, and I applied it to my music.
Sure.
You know, it's the same way. It was because it's like, you know, yeah, it might not be, you know, what I want it to be, but it's there. It's out there, it's released, and whether, you know, people listen to it and say, "Oh, wow, that sucks," because the quality is just so bad, or, you know, you get the other aspect of the audiophile spectrum where they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is the rawest thing I've ever seen or heard, and it's so good."
And that's the thing, is you just have to put the content out there, because it's going to be received by somebody who really appreciates it.
Right. And that's, you know, a few weeks back, you all had played the Tyrannized video from Overload, my band.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I think that was also the same episode as the Knobfest deal.
I think
it was the same thing. But it was quick and cut. It wasn't like it was, you know, superly overproduced or thought out. And to me, I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And that's what I've liked about watching the shows. So,
well, and you know, you can get it really overproduced and stuff like that, or you can refine everything, which if you watch any of Jason William Allen stuff, you'll know that Herschel, Mr. Perfectionist Pants, who literally drives me, like when he was editing Divertrog, there was finally a time where I just said, "Herschel, it just has to be good enough. We have to release it."
Right.
He was editing all the way up to the day of the premiere.
Oh my gosh.
But that's Herschel, and I expect nothing less from him, you know. Austin Sheehan's the exact same way. Christopher Maggard's the same way. J.C. Residus, they're all the same way.
Right.
Herschel always says, if I'm ever completely satisfied with the project that I'm doing,
then there's a problem.
Yeah, then it's time to retire.
Yeah, then absolutely, and I can agree with that 100%.
Because I know that, like, you know, I look at the music that I've recorded over the years. You know, 4 albums with 2 Pump Chump, and you know the recording's great. The material just sucks. But that's Sean at BillTVNetwork.com.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't play the song that I like.
Mm-hmm. Most
like Too Drunk.
Yeah, you can't play it.
No, because it has bad words.
It's not radio friendly, which is something I talked about all the time, which is something I talk about with my... Although we are on the internet and do what we want, I still tell my guys, you know, we have got to watch our language. We've got to watch our content. Because, you know, we're looking at potential sponsors. They don't want anybody... Yeah. Steel Panther did it, okay? Let's let them just have it.
Right.
Steel Panther, Bloodhound Gang, all those guys have done it.
Right.
You cannot do it anymore. It does not work.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things I was talking with my drummer about today was you get 2 bands. You get one at the very beginning of the movement, and then you get the retro version of it.
Yeah.
You get the beginning band and the same band at the end, but they're 2 different groups.
Yeah.
Because then you get like the clones of them.
Yeah.
You get 4 or 5 clones of it that all attach themselves to the main idea. And then 5, 6 years, 10 years, whatever after the fact, then you get this one that's the straggler that's at the very end of it and say, hey, do you remember these guys or music when it sounded like this? Or so on. You know, that's one of the things that I'd always noticed.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, especially if you're in an independent level and you're trying to, you know, succeed in this business, you know, you just got to be smart with what you do. Okay. You can't get up there every show and talk about, you know, genitals and drugs and all this other crap. After a while, people just kind of look at it and go, all right, it's the same song and dance. I'm bored.
Right. It's the news. And at that point.
Exactly. Who gives a crap about that?
Right.
Which is what, you know, I strive for Bill TV Live is that, you know, we have fun, you know. Ashley's never broadcasted a day in her life, and she's a natural, and she's up there kicking it every single Sunday, other than the 2 weeks she was off because of the Bob Vixens, which, by the way, is playing again this weekend, our Sanctuary. So,
shout out to Lisa Fry.
Yeah, all right, Lisa, I'll be collecting my VIP pass this weekend. So, but anyway, it's great to see, like, I went to that show, I just want to talk about Everton, but I went to that show last week, and I saw Ashley out there just killing it. And she's up there doing this rock number. She's like slamming her hair around, and I'm just like, I'm getting giddy. I'm almost teary-eyed because it's kind of like when you see, you know, like your family member or your kids up there performing, you get really proud.
Right.
And when she's up there doing that, I was so proud of her, and it was like my family was succeeding. It's the same thing when I go watch some of the movies and stuff that, you know, my guys have done. I get teary-eyed. I get almost emotional.
Yeah, because you want them to succeed.
Yeah.
And they are succeeding at that point. So, yeah, it's definitely...
You know, a lot of times this is a... I don't want to say... Okay, let me back up a little bit. I am at the point right now where I think some of my directors are not getting the recognition that they deserve. I'm not going to say over what in any particular instances, but, you know, I mean, like, I have been blessed enough to work with some of the greatest people in this town. And I'll say it 100 times. I will put them up against anybody in Atlanta or Hollywood any day of the week. All right? You want to give us, I tell you what, you see what we can do with a zero budget? Why don't you give me a budget and then let me put these guys to work and let me show you what we can do.
Right.
And that's what I try to push more than anything. Again, I'm always up here. Everybody's always down the reasonable. Well, you know, we got to do it this. Screw that. Everybody says, you know, if I can make a comfortable living doing this, just where I could pay my bills, I'd be fine. I'm like, screw that. I want to be a millionaire. I want a millionaire. I want a limo. I want girls with low self-esteem and daddy issues. This is what I strive for, man. Sorry, Mom. I'm in trouble.
Says Mallory, right? Says, sorry I'm late. And it got to be tough. Got to talk about milk and how good kale is. Ugh.
Milk and kale?
Yeah. Different show from... She's talking about the show last week.
No. I like both of those things. I'm just, you know, I mean, what can I say about
I'm not a fan of kale.
You just haven't had it cooked right, my friend.
Maybe not, but...
I bet I could change your mind.
Yeah?
I bet I could. I'm also a hell of a cook, in case you're wondering.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Cooking with Sean. You should. There you go.
I'm trying to. Don't nobody steal this idea, but I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. Where I'm going to get a bunch of local artists and stuff, and we're going to cook on and film it, and then air it later, like a bunch of local artists, musicians, whatever.
That would be great. That's a great idea.
I know. That's why I thought of it. I don't think of bad ideas, my friend. Obviously, I think very highly of myself, but I don't really care.
Well, hey. That's part of it, seriously, that's part of the gig,
and that's all it is. I'm here having fun tonight, and I'm just shooting the crap,
right?
For lack of a better term. So,
yeah, because the FCC regulations.
Yeah, I can't say
that's
I think my mic stand keeps going limp on me.
You're just not holding it right.
'Tis what she proclaimed.
Do you have any bands that you want to showcase before we leave?
Before we leave, let's see. Do I have any bands? Do you have any Banshee Child?
I believe I do.
Because I love those guys, man. Matter of fact, we're playing another one of their songs, a new video coming up on Sunday with them.
We should definitely talk about doing an Overload video.
Well, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
If you got the money, I can make anything happen.
I don't have the money. I'm a charity case.
I always tell people, like, if you need a video done, give me a call. However, I cannot shoot it. I cannot edit it because but my guys that can,
right?
They're not cheap, but they will work with any budget, guys. They will.
Absolutely.
People always tell Herschel, well, I don't think I can afford you, and Herschel's just like, tell me what you got, and then I can work with that.
Right.
If you got $500, I mean, he's still going to work with you, okay? If you have $10,000, he's going to work a hell of a lot more with you,
right? If you got $500, you might get shot on a GoPro.
No. See, that's the thing about it is that. No. It's funny because I know you do, but like that is sometimes the thought of what people think, but
it's definitely not true.
No, because Herschel, if he's going to direct something, trust me, he's going to put his spin on it, and it's got his name on it. It's going to look good, regardless. And then plus you'll have me there producing, and I'm just a jerk on set, so. But you need that jerk every now and then to get things done.
Absolutely, I definitely understand that. As many times as I've heard Sean say, "Give me a budget." If we could give him one, it would freaking be awesome. That was from John Roberts.
Oh, John he's one of my senior engineers. He has been pretty much the backbone of VIL-TV for about 5 years now. Even when right before I crashed the entire network due to my personal issues, he was there. He's the one that was creating our systems. He was creating our email. He was doing everything that needed to be done to get our systems up and running to perfection. And, again, where we started and where we ended up before that was obviously more exponential than what we had started with because of him. But he's a brother of mine. He's a great guy, and he's one heck of an IT guy. I mean, there hasn't been anything invented that he cannot find an answer to. You know what I mean?
And, that's the thing. I think the world needs a lot more of those people.
Well, I'm going to steal a phrase from you, John. Now that I know that you're watching. There are people that do things, there's people that want to do things, people that do things, and people wonder what the hell just happened. What are you going to be?
I'd like to be the one that does things.
The number one spot, right?
Yeah.
That's all you need right there. You have nobody to blame in life but yourself if you cannot succeed.
Absolutely.
Nobody's going to be there to lift you up and put you on that platform. You can either A, accept what fate has given you, or B, come out fighting and say, hey, no, I don't accept that. I'm going to succeed. And that's the mentality in my entire network. All the Creative Motion Studios, they're like, you're never going to stop me. Keep trying. It just ain't going to work. So.
And that's part of it. And he says thank you, WCHQ and Sean. So. And he's tagging you in it, so you're going to have like 1,000 notifications.
All right. I love notifications, hopefully from single women.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's single.
Well, that I am.
Just ladies, not gentlemen.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Saturdays we could talk.
Saturday. Hi, Ashley. She came in the room finally.
Oh, Miss Vega. Miss Ashley. See, you can't say Ashley Vega without like lifting your lip a little bit, like Ashley Vega.
Hey, I'm Vincent Vega, like
Miss
Ashley Vega.
Ashley Vega. Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to kind of do the Elvis with it.
Yeah.
Ashley Vega.
Where it's like the dance off at Jack Rabbit Slim's.
Oh, totally.
Where she's like, Vince Vega.
We're totally going to like recreate that as a promo one time.
That
we
would
talked
be
about
great.
that. Yeah. So I don't know if I can keep up with her though.
Nah.
She's a hell of a dancer. I don't know if I can keep
is.
up with her.
I've seen the Vava cease and desist.
Oh yeah.
From back in June. Yeah.
I did not know she was like ballet trained.
Yeah, she was singing on that too, and it's crazy. Hey.
That's my girl. I love her to death. Like I said, she's like my sister. I mean, I would call her my sister from
She's
another
awesome.
Mista.
I'm glad she's been on the show as many times as she has, and and created awareness. She always shares the Metal Forge stuff and the Overload stuff that I put out there because it's awesome support.
So does this mean that you're going to come on the show on Sunday? Now, see, I don't actually interview anybody on my show.
You should.
I don't because it's all about me.
So. See?
Now, I'll bring a camera out anywhere you want to go, and we'll sit down and have a conversation. That way I can edit it. See, I have to be in control. It's a control issue.
I definitely understand.
But no, and it's just because I want to, like, because I've been rambling like crazy on your show tonight. See, and I couldn't handle that. I'd have to look. I'd have to shut the mic off. Shut up! This is my show. Let me guess.
What?
See?
What?
That's exactly what I would do. See? I'm just telling you. Of course he's going to do it again.
Of course I'm going to because you're expecting it.
I know, absolutely. But no, but it's actually it is a hangout type thing. So you can come to the studio and just hang out with us and drink some beer.
Yeah, I don't drink much these days, but
that's okay. It's more for me.
Yeah,
it's less I have to provide.
Watch, I watch people drink, so that's even better. I'm like, hey.
I find it funny
this
because
guy's gonna be a dumbass, and then it's like never lets me down.
Yeah, absolutely. See, I'm always just a happy guy. I may just say a bunch of things and start slurring my words, but I'm always a happy drunk.
Yeah,
I never really drink to get drunk. It just happens to be a wonderful side effect.
Right.
It just happens.
Yeah, it's the what do they call it? The social lubrication.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's just there because it's there, and it's relaxing.
Well, and I become more talkative. I mean, you already know how talkative I am now. Imagine when I've been drinking. Why do you think I drink during the show? I can remember what to talk about.
I thought it was a prop. No.
Oh, yes. It is a prop. I swear.
Like the nasty crap in Hollywood that, is not real beer, but it's whatever in the bottle to look like beer.
Ugh.
And it's like I've heard like so many horror stories about it being like lukewarm, and it's like,
I don't know anything about that because anytime we've had beer on one of my sets for the actors to drink, they are drinking
nice
beer.
Well, hey, there's some cool stories about stuff like that like Jeff Bridges and The Big Lebowski, and he's like, do you think the dude would have partook before this segment? And they're like, probably. And so he would, and it's just like
just to get
just to get the idea, and it's part of it. It's
there's a lot of stories.
Acting?
Well, I mean, you look at Jim Carrey when he was doing Man on the Moon.
Staying in a character the entire shoot.
Yeah, and like to the point of almost being obnoxious.
Yeah.
No, actually, completely obnoxious. Now that I'm thinking about it,
right?
So yeah.
I can only imagine how obnoxious he is in real life on his own.
Yeah, well,
then to be somebody else and their brand of obnoxiousness.
I mean, there's stories, all kinds of stories like that. For instance, even on The Vertrag when we did that, Robert Hatfield, who was an amazing actor, by the way, but I did not like him when he came on my set that day. I thought he was a pompous jerk. No, he was playing a Russian mob boss. So he was literally in character by the time he got there until he left. And so now I know Robert now. He's a good friend of mine, and he's a great guy. But I did not realize he was that in depth into the character, and I thought it was awesome because he was basically playing this cold-hearted Russian. I'm going to cut your finger off. Plot, spoiler alert. But
whoops.
Yep. But so to me, it's cool to see. And And that's one good thing about, that's why I like to bring Herschel in on a lot of things, not to put any other director down. That's why Austin Sheehan will bring Herschel in, because Herschel is a actor's director. He's an actor, so he knows how to direct actors.
Right.
He got a performance out of me out of De Vertrag. It was true story. We're out on the on the one scene where it's myself and the wonderful, talented Miss Jessica York, who is Jessica somebody else now. She just got married. Anyway, I could not get my lines. I just could not. I could not remember them to save my life. And I had very few. See, I'm a bit part actor, guys. He started basically screaming at me and smashing like a stick on the ground and screaming at me, telling me to knock it off, get these lines, get it done. We're wasting time. And at one point, so in other words, I was able to do my lines in. So when we walked away, even Jessica looked at me and goes, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, why wouldn't I be?" Well, he got kind of brutal out there. It's like, it's because Herschel knows how he can push me. See, I'm prior service military.
Right.
He can yell at me, and I'll respond to that. You yell at me, start throwing things, it gets me fired up. I'm like, all right.
That's actually an interesting concept, because there's stories about Rick Rubin, the record producer, doing stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing stuff at bands to get them to perform harder, heavier, Slipknot for one and Slayer for another have both told those stories where he's just been an absolute jerk and screaming and stuff. But then there's other people like who have worked with him and are like, dude's like the most mild-mannered guy I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like it's knowing your I don't want to say employee, I guess, but knowing who you're working with, what you can do and what you can't do.
I mean, I've known Herschel for several years now, and we just started working together about 3 years ago, and steadily working together. And again, he's been my mentor on a lot of things, because he does push me to, it's like, hey, I need this warehouse for this, this, and this, because he knows come hell or high water, I'm going to make it happen. But it also gives me a chance to get on set and look at what needs to be done and then learn. I still maintain I don't know how to work a camera. I don't know how to edit, which is all BS. I mean, I know a lot about it, but I'm not going to do any of it because...
That's not what you're...
Yeah, these guys are 10 times better than me.
Right.
And I'm not there to do that. The big joke is that normally when we're on a set or something, if you need to find Sean, go look for the desk with the feet up, because that's normally where I am. And that's how it is. But they don't see all the stuff I do pre and post.
Right.
So I do a lot of pre-production stuff. I make things happen. And once we start filming, once we start push and record, there's really no need for me to do anything, because everybody else has their job and they know what to do. I'm just a radio call away. They can get a hold of me if they need something, and then I'll go and arrange something else or do whatever they need.
And get it done.
Yeah, but I'm always in a spot where you can at least find me. Just look for me on my feet up. I'm normally drinking a nice little bourbon. And
do you have a particular brand?
Oh,
or bourbon's bourbon, and you just go for it?
No, absolutely not. It depends on what mood I'm in.
There you go.
My go-to, like my house bourbon, I call it.
Let me see if I can guess here.
I'd be very surprised if you get it.
Are you a Woodford guy?
Yes, but not my house bourbon.
No. Okay.
I do love Woodford. Woodford is, but that's classy stuff right
there.
Who
doesn't?
Yeah. If you don't, you're no friend of mine.
Right. House bourbon.
Some people know, so don't be saying it in the chat room. Don't look at the chat room. I'm watching you right now. You just looked at... Okay, don't look.
No.
Because I know somebody's going to say it.
Yeah, I was going to... Yeah, because if it's not... it can't be cheap. I mean, it's not
it's not cheap, but it's not overly expensive either. I mean, we're not talking like... I love the Woodford, the Angel's Envy,
right.
The Elijah Craig, the Four Roses. Love all that.
Yeah. I was actually gifted a fifth of Elijah Craig last week from my guests, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, guys!
Oh, it's delicious. Where is it? Why are we not
it's
drinking
not
it?
here. It's at home. I haven't even opened it yet. I've still got my Henny. It's still open.
I would never say that out loud.
Hey,
Hennessy is like that's like
yeah, it's not. Oh. Yeah. It's the rot gut.
Yeah,
version.
It's awful. It's awful. You can put that over Coke. That's okay.
Yeah.
Now, my go-to, my house bourbon that I always have in my house is Bullet. Bullet or Bullet Rye.
Absolutely.
So, I've always got a fifth of that. Now, I did just go up to Huber's, and I got their distilled bourbon. And I had someone, I was up there last week, Went up there with my food guy, Tyler, downtown Tyler, the Webmaster Brown, which you should have him on the show, by the way. Went up there last week and did a wine tasting. Really? Now, it's funny because Tyler's not a drinker. He's definitely not a wine drinker. He's barely a cider drinker, okay?
All right.
So we get up there, and there was like, I would say probably, he picked 7. There was, actually, he liked all 7 of the wines that he was able to taste that day. So I'm saying that there's a flavor of wine, of bourbon, I think, for everybody.
Right.
But if you take my bullet and you put it over Coke, I'm going to tackle you.
Yeah, you don't know.
I got some other stuff over the side, which I'm not going to mention because that could be a sponsor one day, so I don't want to.
Right. So before we go...
we got to go already? I got so much more to say, man.
I was gonna play a song and maybe the concert view, but I've had such a good time just
because I won't shut up.
No, not at all.
Well, I appreciate you having me, man. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you coming out, and it's YouTube search Ville TV, Facebook you can do Ville TV,
Ville TV Network. Yeah. You've got to do the network, otherwise you get Ville TV. You might get something out of Tennessee or something. I don't.
Really?
Yeah, they stole my whole idea. I haven't made enough money to sue them yet, but I'm working on it.
Hey, it's not about the amount of money, but it's about just getting the foot in the door on that.
Absolutely.
There's people that do that for minor stuff that. Copyright law.
Oh, yeah. No, trust me, I get hit with copyright every single week. But
I guarantee it. And I do too, because I broadcast on Facebook, and they're like, Sony Music has put a mute on your video.
Yeah, exactly.
But after 3 years, they release the claim, and then you can watch it unedited. So it's even better. Do you have any shout-outs you want to give to anybody?
Just to basically all my guys and crew, Creative Motion Studios. Thank you guys for always supporting me. Please go check everything out. Just go to creativemotionstudios.com. You can even find out all of our companies and all of our company information. Dark Star TV, the Colonel over there. Got to give it up to LRS102.com, man. They've been a good supporter of the network for a long time. Jim Coyle, Skinny J, got to rock it. So that's pretty much all I got, man. But just, check out all of our stuff. There's literally oodles and oodles of videos that you can watch from Ville TV Network and all of my associates, because I have all their videos favorited as well. So Renegade Art, Creepy Attic, Crimson Night, Small Steps Films, Dark Star TV, all on YouTube. You can find us.
Absolutely. And this is Bad Mojo, and we're going to run into a little bit of the 9 o'clock hour here, but you know what? We can do that. Because this is Banshee Child with Bad Mojo.
Love those guys.
Sorry. Sean, thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. Power to the people.
Roger that, man.
And we'll definitely get more stuff on the Ville TV for anybody I can find. I'll send them your way. And
absolutely. We can make your video. You just better have a budget.
Yep. I've got $12. No.
$12.14. Awesome.
Yes. All right, here it is, Bad Mojo.
Love these guys.
This ain't the part where your dream comes true. This ain't the place that's meant for you. I've been wandering, lost and wandering all of my days. When it won't be long, I can see the end, I'm well on my way. No, it won't be long, I can see the end, I'm well on my way. Maybe I drifted in with the wind that blew.
Since 1973, Tattoo Charlie's has been an established body modification studio in Kentucky, featuring world-renowned artists and piercers, currently with locations on Preston Highway and in Lexington, a staple point in the tattoo community. Learn more at tattoocharlies.com. Set up your appointment today at 7904 Preston Highway. Our tattoos are done while you wait.
You're listening to WCHQLP, Louisville, Kentucky, 100.9 FM.